First one would be x.
So, we got a little bit behind, so I didn't stress it today. However, please listen. Y'all are supposed to be taking notes as a small group after you discuss each section, okay? So you're supposed to type your individual thoughts out, discuss, and then write things down. And flip over the sheet of paper for this task. This is where you're supposed to take whole class discussion notes. So let's have a quick whole class discussion about some of these things. So very quickly, I heard everyone talking about this. What is, actually I heard this last week I guess, what does A do to the function?
You say what A does to the function? It
Determines whether it's concave up or down.
Determines whether what?
Concave up or down.
The parabola, okay. So when, Julia, is the parabola concave up? Julia? Did you not write this down last week?
We had to write it down last week, girl.
Yeah, when we first did this lesson.
My group didn't even write it down last week.
Yeah, we didn't write it down.
You can type it out either. It should be on slide 2.
Slide 2.
Is where we should have notes about A.
It's positive.
When it's positive, it's concave up, and when it's negative, it's
Okay, when what is positive?
Can we write this right here?
On the back side for the whole class discussion. When what is positive? A. Okay, so when A is positive, please note, I'm going to write it this way, because what kind of numbers are greater than 0?
Yeah, what?
All numbers are greater than 0.
What kind of numbers are greater than 0?
Whole numbers?
Positive.
Positive numbers.
Yeah, that's what
So
I
when
meant.
A is positive, the parabola is what?
Up.
Concave up. That's something I want you to focus on. Okay, so then the inverse of that is when A is what?
Negative.
Negative or what in respect to 0? Bless you.
Greater than.
So when it greater than is negative?
I mean less than.
So less than 0? Do we all agree on less than 0 here?
Yes.
Okay, so when A is less than 0, the parabola is
Concave down.
it's concave down. So this should be where we're taking whole class discussion notes. We made sense out of this, but this is something we want to firm up our understanding of. Now, one of the big things I saw students talking about with H and K was that H, positive H, the function was to the right of the y-axis, and when it was negative it was to the left of the y-axis. When K was positive it was above the x-axis, and when K was negative it was below the x-axis,
Yeah.
right? So there's a lot of that discussion there. So one of the things I do want to point out to you is this. There's a little bit more to it, just a mathematical language thing. You're completely right on that. But what does it look like the parabola is currently doing?
Slide.
It's sliding. That's one way to think about it.
It's moonwalking.
Okay? So the more mathematical term might be a shift or a translation. You should have talked about that in middle school with some geometry ideas. So, I know it's been a while. H, what was the word I just said? When it moves it or slides it?
Shifts.
Or the T word? Translates. Okay, so H translates
But that means, wait,
means shift or slide.
That's actually the definition.
Just move it. Yeah, that's the proper term, mathematical term there is it translates. So it translates the parabola in which direction?
Left or right?
Left and right. What's a single word we could use for that?
Sides. To the sides.
Horizontally.
Oh, there we go. H translates.
I
I should probably say the parabola. Translates the parabola horizontally. Right? K.
For Kelsey.
Yep. Translates the parabola how?
Up, vertical.
There we go. Translates the parabola vertically. And was our prediction correct at the beginning of class? Oh, I just erased it accidentally. But were we correct in our prediction that H comma K is the vertex?
Yes.
Is that kind of like a starting point for the parabola?
For sure.
Yes.
For sure, right? So h comma k, that would be the coordinates of the vertex. And as we said, it's kind of like a starting point.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, one last thing before we wrap up today,
Homework.
which is impressive since some of us like to goof around for 3 or 4 minutes and we lost precious time at the beginning of class.
Show.
All right? Yeah, it was all Shelby's fault. Layla, this is the first grid in this section, 2 times x minus 3 squared plus 4. What do you think the vertex is of that expression or that function? -3, 4. All right. Does anyone disagree with that, or are we all in agreement that it would be -3, 4?
Everybody agrees, right?
Yes.
I don't know. Shelby gave me a look like she does not agree.
No, I agree. I can't. I don't know if it's negative.
So we are definitely thinking 3, 4. You're trying to figure out if that 3 should be positive or negative.
Yep.
It's negative.
It's negative.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we could settle this, right?
the other
Because
one-
I should be able to plug that into the general vertex equation and get 2 times x minus 3 squared plus 4, right?
Something like that.
Something like that. Okay,
Mhm.
so y equals a times x minus h squared plus k. All right, the a is 2. We're not worried about that. Now I get x minus what kind of number?
No.
What?
Wait. What? No.
X minus a -3?
That doesn't work. That doesn't work.
That doesn't work.
That doesn't work.
Why not?
Because minus and a minus equals a plus.
So when we subtract a negative, it
Yes.
ends up being adding.
Yeah, something
So
like
it should have
that.
been -3, 4?
No.
Layla, I think you actually had this one right originally, didn't you? Didn't you originally have 3, 4?
Oh my gosh, I messed her up.
Did you mess her up? Come
I
on!
think I messed her up.
It's okay.
Wait, Shelby
Gosh,
was right?
I didn't understand because the other one it
What did
says
you
plus
say?
3.
Shelby was right.
That
So,
one might be
You
negative.
mean this
the
one
wrong
is
paper.
plus 5 here?
Oh yeah, I'm in 5. I just can't see because of Shelby's head. Be quiet, Shelby.
Okay. So, I mean, it's also on your computer there.
Oh yeah.
But remember, just like it was x minus x1, but it was plus y1, wasn't the x always the opposite of how it appeared? So like, if it was x plus 5 here, wasn't that really a -5?
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Yeah?
I mean, yeah.
So
Yeah.
same thing here maybe for this vertex
That's
form?
so confusing. So the minus sign is a positive and then the plus sign is a negative.
But this is something we should have seen in that point slope from early on. Because remember, right now, h needs to be a positive, so it needs to be a positive 3, right? X minus 3.
Okay.
So it'd be a positive 3, 4. So what would be the vertex of this brown one here?
It would be.
It'd be
I'll tell you.
negative 5, 6. Negative 6. Oh shit.
So remember, the y value stays the same, but that x value is the opposite. Okay.
Yeah, something like that.
So then what would be the axis of symmetry for the pink one?
X equals -3.
X
I mean
equals...
positive 3, sorry.
Ah. Right, the x value of that vertex had to be a positive 3. The next one, x equals
It'd be negative. I mean, it'd be -5.
Negative 5.
-5. Okay. Devin, do you think that this parabola, this top one, would be concave up or concave down? Up? Why is it concave up?
He said because it's positive.
Did he say that or did you say that?
I heard him say that.
Do you agree with Corell that it's up because that A is positive? Yeah? Okay. So notice, remember, concavity is all about that A, that coefficient in the front. Alright? So Chris, if A in front is concave up, if A right here is negative, what do you think it's going to be? Concave down? Anybody disagree with that, or are we all comfortable with that idea?
I'm comfortable with that idea.
Alright, that is the end of class today. Let me show you your homework. You already have the homework sheet. But,
Sound like Squidward.
sound like who does?
Correct.
Correct.
Aw.
I know. Some of us still need to get our review homework from Friday done, but you have quadratic equations unit homework 7.1 ready, numbers 3 and 4. Set number 15. It's only 3 problems. They should go very quickly. one detail I want to point out about the review homework for tonight. I will
What?
not be checking the review homework tomorrow because,
You're not gonna be here, I'm guessing?
no, I'll be here totally. Please notice number 8 has A, B, and C, where you have to identify what type of function based on what characteristics, and you have to do an explicit equation and a recursive equation. That's a lot for
That
3
is.
different functions in a table. If you notice, tomorrow night's review homework is to complete number 8, right? So you have to complete number 8 review from between tonight and tomorrow night.
Oh, so we do just whatever Boris is doing.
You have to get it done between tonight and tomorrow night. So that's for number 8. You have to get the quadratics function or quadratics unit homework done today, but the review you have tonight and tomorrow night to work on.
Recursive,
Okay.
like F of X or something.
So remember, the recursive connects the current
The previous,
to the previous, and how would I write the previous?
F of X,
Get that out of here.
I already have f of x.
F of 1,
Is 1 always going to be previous to x?
No, I don't want
F
it.
0.
Cry me a river.
F of 0 is always going to be previous to x?
It's the answer to the homework.
I've already got f of x, that's my current. How about 1
Oh.
before,
Yeah.
right? So remember, then we apply that rate of change. And then we need some starting point, right? So f of 0 equals blank, or f of 1 equals blank. But you need f of x and f of x minus 1, the current and the previous. You know that?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, no, I do my work.
Yeah.
I like to not lie.
Dang, he bought a lot. He bought a lot. Can't be doing that.
So we're gonna do
What did you say, Desiree?
You better not throw that from right up.
I will
Because you're
make
not
it.
gonna make it.
Yes, I will.
I have
You're
zero
not.
faith in your ability to make
Alright,
that shot.
You won't.
Y'all don't have